He came third in last night's I'm a Celeb and is finally out of the jungle, but could he make a comeback in the political jungle? Nigel Farage joins us now from the Gold Coast. Well, you've smartened up, haven't you? Had a shower? No, we saw you a little bit earlier saying, guess what I'm going to do first, as you went arm in arm into the hotel with your lovely girlfriend. Can you reveal all, Nigel?
Yes, I certainly can. Many would have thought having a shower was the first priority, but actually for me, it was having a drink. You know, stuck in there for 23 nights, completely grog-free. I had a drink, and then I had a shower, and I had a shave, and I've normalised. I put my normal workday clothes on. But you know what? It's a funny thing. When I go to bed tonight, I'm going to miss the noise of the jungle. There was something very magical about the whole experience.
Wow. Well, you said that you'd never experienced anything like it since you went camping as a teenager. It's obvious that you went in there and you enjoyed it, and obviously you became third. You're very popular, got a lot of votes. But we did also see a little insight into your motivation when you were caught on camera saying, I want to do the trials because it means you get 25% of the airtime. Do you feel like you got the exposure, and I'm not just talking about your bottom in the shower, did you get the exposure you were after?
I don't know the answer to that question because I haven't seen the coverage, obviously. No, when I talked about the trials, people were saying, oh, I don't want to do this, don't want to do that. I said to them, if you do a trial, you will be 25% of the programme. I was factually totally accurate. Look, I went there for two reasons. One was to say to the world, I've been the most demonised figure over the last decade in national politics. Nobody has been through what I've been through with the popular press demonising me. I wanted to show people I'm a normal human being, and you can't pretend to be that for 3 weeks, 23 nights in the jungle. Secondly, I wanted to test myself. Did I have the courage? Did I have the strength to go through the whole thing? I had no agenda other than that, I promise you.
Can I just mention the third one, a rumoured £1.5 million? Was that a motivator?
Oh, no, look, the money, of course. What's wrong with that? I gave up a very successful career in the City of London in the commodity markets. Colleagues of mine are on the rich list. I gave all that up. I live very modestly, have done for years. I did it because I had a political career. I've never moaned about it, never complained about it. But is this the biggest paycheck I've ever had? Yes, it is. And what on earth is wrong with that?
And Nigel, you now have the excitement, the honour, the pedestal of joining Matt Hancock as an ex-Conservative who's come third in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Is that a good comparison from your point of view?
The idea that I could be compared to Matt Hancock on any level, I find difficult to deal with. But an ex-Conservative, I was ex 30 years ago. He was part of a government that locked us down 3 times and did our country enormous damage. So, no, I do not bear comparison with Matt Hancock, other than third place.
But, of course, Matt Hancock has been thrown out of the Conservative Party, or at least he's lost the Conservative whip. He's leaving politics. What we all want to know 30 years on is, are you seeking to use your I'm a Celebrity journey in order to rejoin the Conservatives and maybe finally get into the UK Parliament? Because you've tried lots of times before.
I tried lots of times before, you're quite right. I also won 2 national elections in European elections, leading 2 different parties, something nobody in history has ever done before. So I can do with a little bit less of that sort of commentary. Look, I've literally just come out of the jungle. I've had a shave.
Touchy,
I've got changed.
That was a bit touchy.
Well, yes, OK.
Touchy.
Oh, if you poke me with it. If you poke me with a stick, I'll poke back. Don't worry about that.
Look, I've got to say, I'm really sorry about the Matt Hancock thing.
He was only stating facts, Nigel.
I'm really sorry about the Matt Hancock thing. And I thought, I'm really sorry. It was shameful of me. How dare I say you'd lost 7 elections?
I am looking at a Conservative government that is in total shambles, facing tomorrow effectively a confidence vote, on an issue that affects every single living human being in our country, namely immigration on a level that never happened even during Tony Blair's days. Rishi is a lame duck walking. The Conservative Party are headed for total defeat. As to whether I have a future in politics, I have no idea at this moment in time. But what I would say is never say never, and our country needs, actually, people at the top with some firm guidance as to where we're going to go in the future. At the moment, we are rudderless, and I don't see a Labour Party with the strength to get us out of this mess.
The thing which is really weird, Nigel, is we used to be in the European Union and we had migration a third of the level we have now, and then we had Brexit.
Yeah.
We took back control, and taking back control means a record level of migration in our history. What's happened? I mean, why has it all gone so wrong, this Brexit thing?
Well, Brexit is about taking back control. How we use that control is up to us. And what the Conservative government have done is to utterly betray the trust of over 17 million voters by massively increasing the numbers coming into our country. And this is not about who these people are or where they come from. It's about whether you can get a doctor's appointment, whether your kids can get a house, whether you can actually drive somewhere without a 3-hour traffic jam on the motorways. We are living through a population explosion, a population crisis, and the Conservative Party are directly to blame, and the Labour Party have nothing to say in response. Our lives are becoming poorer. Our quality of life is diminishing as a result of an exploding population. Nobody else wants to say it, nobody else dares to say it, but I've never been frightened of these things. But as to whether I'm going to get back in the fight on this, please, can I have dinner first?
Oh, because, Nigel, it's, you know, it's not like you don't think about politics all the time. Would you stand as a Conservative Party candidate in the next general election?
Would I stand as a Conservative Party candidate for a party that has broken every promise, for a party that has put taxes up to the highest since 1951, for a party that has literally lied to the electorate at 4 successive general elections about the numbers coming into Britain, for a party that never believed in Brexit, didn't implement it properly, and I could go on. I don't think so at this moment in time. Do you?
At this moment in time, Nigel, that was politician speech. I don't think so at this moment in time. We want to know yes or no. I mean, not at this moment in time. Between now and the election, could your mind be changed? Or are you saying, I'm not standing for the Conservatives before the next election, come what may?
I don't think under this leadership there is very much prospect of that at all.
Oh, gosh. This is a very, very revealing interview. I've got to say it's going well. So if there's a change of leadership compared to at this time, then it's not come what may. Nigel Farage could stand as a Conservative candidate in a party led by Boris Johnson or Priti Patel or anybody other than the current leadership.
If we had a leader that believed the size of a state should be smaller, taxes should be lower, we should stop sending 50% to university and teach young people trades and skills, that border controls should be like Australia, based on skills and based on whether people can benefit the country, if we had a leadership with the guts to stop young men crossing the English Channel in boats, if some of those things happened, do you know what? I might have a think about it.
So Nigel Farage reaches out to Suella Braverman and says, if you're the leader, I'm with you.
You can invent whatever story you like.
All I'm doing, Nigel, I'm just listening to what
you
you say. I'm listening hard.
Well,
she could tick every one of those boxes.
It's very nice that... Well, I'm very flattered that you're actually listening. That's really, really good of you. But at the moment, I think we're a long way away at this moment in time.
At this moment in time.
But as I say, never say, never say never.
You heard it here first.
Nigel Farage.
How interesting.
Good to talk to you this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
indeed. OK. So the Conservative Party has got to completely reinvent itself in order for Nigel Farage to stand as a candidate.
Can you imagine the Conservative Party changing their leader? I mean, you know, not something they ever do.
No.
Can you imagine?
When did they last do that?
It was about 5 minutes ago, changing their leader in order to have somebody who wants to stop the boats and control migration? Well, you know, that was very, very revealing. I did not think Nigel Farage could be a candidate for the Conservatives at the next election. I now think he could.
He's going to be.